Today the classroom is lively and the pupils of Miss Tolu are just chatting away excitedly. Their teacher, Miss Tolu, walks in with a smile and the pupils all stand to greet her. After the greetings, Miss Tolu writes the word iron on the board. Good morning, class. Today we're going to learn about iron, a very important nutrient for our bodies. Can any one of you tell me some foods that contain iron? Most of the children raise up their hands, eager to answer the question. Miss Tolu points to Simi, an enthusiastic 9-year-old girl who wanted to answer the question. Unripe plantain has iron, ma. Simi, that is a common answer, Miss Tolu replied. Does any other person have another idea? Emeka, a 10-year-old boy, also raises his hand eagerly. And he said, Yam. My grandma says yam is good for the blood, ma. Miss Tolu nods thoughtfully and then points to Tunde, another 8-year-old boy who looks eager to answer the question. My daddy says beans is going to make me stronger because it has iron in it. Good guesses, everyone. But today we're going to find out which foods really contain iron and the foods that do not contain iron. Miss Tolu goes ahead to write down the foods mentioned by the children on the board: unripe plantain, yam, beans, and then she goes ahead to add red meat, spinach, eggs, fluted pumpkin, and fortified cereals. First, let us start by correcting some misconceptions and fallacies about the foods that really contain iron, Miss Tolu said. Simi, you mentioned unripe plantain. Even though unripe plantain is healthy and full of nutrients like potassium and other vitamins, it doesn't contain much iron. The belief that unripe plantain is a good source of iron is actually a fallacy, and it's not true. Simi looks surprised, her eyes widening in shock. Oh, my mom always says it has iron. I never knew that. It is a very common belief, but if we depend on the iron in unripe plantain, we will end up having iron deficiency. Miss Tolu points to Emeka. Emeka, about yam. That is another healthy food, but just like unripe plantain, it doesn't have much iron. On the other hand, beans is a great source of iron, but it has the type of iron called non-heme iron. This type of iron is found mostly in plant sources of iron, such as legumes, which includes beans, chickpea, lentils, kidney beans, dark leafy vegetables such as spinach, fluted pumpkin. You can also find non-heme iron in tofu and tempeh. You can find it in broccoli, kale. You can also find non-heme iron in dried fruits such as raisins and apricots. And you can also find moderate amounts of iron in nuts like cashew nuts, almonds, and pines. Now, the non-heme iron is the type that requires vitamin C for it to be absorbed and used by the body. So when we combine them with vitamin C rich foods like oranges or tomatoes, it will help your body absorb the iron better. So if I eat beans with tomato stew, I'll get more iron? Tunde asked. Exactly, Tunde, Miss Tolu replied. That's a perfect combination. Miss Tolu continued. Now, the other type of iron is the heme iron that is present in animal sources of iron. These foods include red meat from beef, ram or goat, poultry, seafoods such as sardines, clams, mussels and oysters. Liver meat is another good source of heme iron. Eggs also provide moderate amounts of iron. These foods are truly rich in heme iron and they are readily absorbed by our bodies, and they help our bodies make red blood cells and keep us from feeling tired and weak. The children nod, visibly understanding the correction, and they clap their hands excitedly while Miss Tolu smiles happily. Now, let us do something fun. I want each of you to go home and share this new information with your families. Teach them what we learned today. Who knows, you might help them eat healthier too. Simi walks into her home and finds her mom in the kitchen, peeling unripe plantain. Mom, did you know unripe plantain doesn't have much iron? Her mother looked surprised. Really? But I always thought it was good for the blood. No, Mommy. It has other nutrients, but not enough iron. Miss Tolu said we should eat more beans, spinach, and even red meat to get iron. And if we eat beans with tomatoes or take oranges after eating beans, it helps our body use the iron better. Simi's mom, smiling proudly, said to her, "Well, I guess we'll add more of those to our meals. Thank you for teaching me, Simi. It shows you pay attention in class." Emeka was at the dining table with his grandma, who was serving yam porridge. "Grandma, guess what I learned today? Yam doesn't have much iron, but beans, spinach, and red meat does. And we have two types of iron. The one from animals' food sources can be easily absorbed into the body, but the type from plant sources needs to be combined with vitamin C rich foods to make it easy for our body to take it in." Oh my, I didn't know that. I will make sure to cook more beans and add spinach to our soups and porridge. And I will also combine vitamin C rich foods like oranges and fresh tomatoes. Yes, Grandma, and it's good to eat these with vitamin C rich foods like oranges and tomatoes. It makes the iron work better in our bodies. Smart boy. I'll remember that when I am cooking. Thank you, Emeka. Tunde was at home with his dad, who was preparing dinner. "Dad, Miss Tolu said that the iron is in red meats, almonds, broccoli, beans and spinach, not in plantains and yam." "Interesting. I always thought unripe plantain had iron." "No, Daddy. And when we eat the foods that are from plants, we should combine them with some tomatoes or even oranges and other vitamin C rich foods. It will help the iron from the plant food sources go into our blood better. But the ones from the animal sources can be easily digested by our bodies." "I'm impressed, Tunde. Looks like we'll be adding some more of these to our meals." The next day, the kids excitedly shared their experiences with Miss Tolu. "I'm so proud of all of you for sharing what you learned. Remember, the key to good health is not just knowing what to eat, but sharing that knowledge with others so we can all eat better and feel better." The children cheer happily, and Miss Tolu ends the class with a high five for everyone. Keep spreading the knowledge, my dear future nutrition experts. We hope you enjoyed this story and learned something new today. Remember, not all foods contain the nutrients we think they do, and it is important to verify your information. For more fun and educational videos on nutrition, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's eat smart and stay healthy together.